Leadership is one of those slightly difficult to define ideas. You know it when you see it. And for Cornwall, it matters incredibly because creative and cultural things are part of Cornwall's identity, they're part of its brand, and they're part of its people and economy. Hi, I'm Patrick Towell. I'm the Executive Director of Gallant Innovation. I'm the co-director of the Cultivator Creative and Cultural Leadership Development Programme for Cornwall.
It's really important to have a group of leaders within the creative industry sector who are able to make their voices heard when it comes to saying how important the sector is.
I think leadership is absolutely fundamental if we want to grow a successful creative economy for the region. The university is a delivery partner in the Cultivator programme. I think we've just been so fortunate to be able to bring together such a diverse and inspirational group of people.
In Cornwall specifically, leadership really matters. A few years ago, people talked about the sort of brain drain and the EU having invested a lot in the universities, and that did sort of help to keep young creative people down here and developing their skills, but there's still a massive issue in that people graduate and then they leave. So fostering leadership skills within those younger people specifically will be really important in making Cornwall an attractive place to work and set up shop as well as study.
Leadership matters when it's paired up with a really clear sense of responsibility and purpose, and I think what's really great about the cohort on this scheme is that they're all acutely aware of the responsibility that they have to not just further their practice but also engage in the communities around them.
The fire when that happened was a shock to everybody. And initially, when it first started, I was probably like everybody else and thought, nah, it's not going to happen to me, I'm fine. But then when I saw the footage and saw it all burning, I realised that was my space and everything was just disappearing. So at the beginning, it was a bit of a shock. And then I guess the leadership role came in when I really sort of started to think about what had happened to me, how I was going to move forward. Once I got past the overwhelming state of everything that I'd lost, I then put together a fundraising page, which I've never done in my life. Thanks to all of the stuff that I've learned in the leadership programme, I sort of took the initiative, and then I managed to reach out to lots of people, and I met my target within 3 days. And for me, that all came about from, being on the project. I wouldn't have had the confidence to have done that, a year ago.
The programme has had such an impact on me. My confidence has grown immeasurably. My ability to be strategic and to make those long-term plans and decisions.
And I think within Cornwall, being a queer artist and working across arts and heritage and wanting to work very collaboratively and seeing gaps and actually thinking the kind of leader that I think I could be is a lot more inclusive, I hope, and actually getting people from all different sectors working together.
This programme's created a really great space for self-reflection, to learn and develop in terms of my own leadership skills, but also to be part of a really inspiring and incredible group of talented people from across Cornwall.
It's just been such a brilliant way of bringing together a cohort of people who've been learning together. We've been able to develop new ideas together. We've been able to develop new projects together. And I think Cornwall has such an incredible creative and cultural sector. And to be able to develop a next generation of leaders and enable them to know one another and see where crossovers and interconnectedness can be is just so important.
With the group we're kind of putting together and other groups that I know across Cornwall working, they're really kind of championing this idea that actually Cornwall isn't 100 years behind. It's here, it's just we're not being vocal about it. And I think we have the opportunity to actually really kind of show what Cornwall is and how inclusive we are.
I think it's an exciting time for the region, and I think we can be very optimistic about the future.